So that's the process to make it into a YouTube video. From there, we can cut the best moments and turn that into LinkedIn content, turn that into Instagram content, right? That's how you can be everywhere. So RK is part of my Movement Makers program, and as part of that, we do an Instagram Live together. So what do you got, man? How can I help?
Great. So since last time that we spoke, we spoke a lot about how to create a thought leadership around your message. So this time I've got some really, some technical questions, I could say, on how to organize our daily life so that we can optimize our content creation and content distribution. I'd like to, take from your experience on how you manage to create so much of content. Do you follow any content creation schedule? And once you create the content, what happens next? Like the content repurposing, the process, and how it goes to content distribution process. So if you can.
So So do you have a team, or is it you doing everything right now?
I have a team. And also I have a few interns also who I'm training on digital marketing.
Okay.
So I have a team.
Yeah, so where I'm at now is very different than when I started, right? I mean, we've got 30 people on my team. I don't know how many videos we put up a day, 30 to 50 videos a day, probably across different channels. But again, like that's not possible with just me, right? So if I'm looking at, where do you want to start? You want to look at YouTube, Instagram? What do you want to dive into?
Okay, I'd like to create videos that can be distributed on multiple channels. Although I will only be focusing mainly on Instagram and Facebook for the lives and engagement, because I just want to focus on just a couple of main channels where I am always super engaged. But I want to distribute the content as a passive method of attracting new audience. So it'll go to YouTube, LinkedIn, and stuff like that. But I just want to maintain consistency in Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. That's it on engagements.
Yeah. So if you're doing lives, then all you need to do is schedule in your calendar when you're going to do a live, right? So normally I go live at 2:00 in the afternoon. This is a weird time for me. I'm not usually live at 11 a.m.
I know.
So
I know. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making it possible.
Yeah. So. But I schedule it, right? Even Thursdays. So today's Thursday, and I'm doing all day interviews and podcasts, and I have 3 lives. I just did a Facebook Live in my group. All of that becomes content, right?
Right.
So I schedule it in. If this was not on my calendar, something else would have taken over the spot, right?
Yes.
So step one is figure out when are you going to, if you're going to do live streaming as part of your calendar content, okay, when are you going to go live? So every Thursday afternoon you go live, or every Friday morning you go live, and you book it in so that nothing else takes over your calendar.
Absolutely. Time blocking. Yeah, blocking your activities so that nothing else,
Yeah. So that's,
takes over the
that's
priority.
Number one. Then, so I go live, right? This video goes live. This might turn into something. I don't know. Sometimes my content turns into something, sometimes it doesn't. We have lots of content to pull from. But what would happen here is this video goes live. My team would then download the video. They will eliminate all of the stuff at the beginning, right? Like, hey guys, welcome. Oh, RK, I can't see you. Let me kill you. Let me kick you out and like bring you back in again, right? All of that stuff is not going to be great for a YouTube video, right? When I'm talking to other people and somebody's saying hello from the UK, hello from India, hello from the Netherlands, right? All that gets cut, which is common at the beginning of a live stream, right? Your Facebook live streams, even mine this morning, I'm interacting with people and just saying hi and welcome and let's go. But that sucks for a YouTube video or a LinkedIn content piece, or right? So my team then would cut all that stuff out. Then what they'll do is they'll look for the best moments of the video and then cut it and put to the beginning of the video as a coming up. And then the video will start with, hey, how you doing, man? And then we get into, the whole content. So I make the live, someone on my team downloads it, someone on my team edits it and turns it into a video. They'll flip it so that we'll be next to each other, right? So now we have an actual video to use. Someone else on my team will then title the video, as well as come up with a thumbnail for it, and then schedule it on the channel. So that's the process to make it into a YouTube video. From there, we'll take the best moments of that video. So now that's a 20-something minute video for YouTube. We can cut the best moments and turn that into LinkedIn content, turn that into Instagram content, right? Either a 15 or 30-second reel. It could be a 1-minute actual video on Instagram. It might be a 5-minute IGTV. So the long form content is either a live or a YouTube video, and then you cut up those moments and put them to, that's how you can be everywhere.
Right. Absolutely. Great. So do you also use tools like StreamYard or something to, when you go live, so that you can be simultaneously broadcasted to multiple channels?
I don't. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm going to be on, I'm on StreamYard today with somebody. What I want to be able to do is talk to the camera and have that person see me. So StreamYard can help you be everywhere. It's just making sure you bring in the comments from everywhere.
Right.
When I go live, though, it's usually on Instagram. And as far as I know, you can't Instagram live from StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're going live, if you're going live on Facebook, great. YouTube Live is pretty useless.
Right.
So, yeah, where else are you going to stream? Like, you're going to stream on Facebook, and then
you can stream on LinkedIn now, LinkedIn as well.
So I don't stream on LinkedIn. I don't stream on Facebook besides inside my groups. Just make sure you're paying attention to the comments. So if you're streaming and you're talking to the audience, make sure that the audience knows that you're talking to them, and you can bring in, you're paying attention to the comments on both platforms.
Absolutely. One thing which I'm interested in learning is, like, one thing which you do really well is when the video is playing, you have this sidebar with all those pointers, like top 10 things which the takeaways, right? Like, how do you create those? Like, which video editing tool do you use to accomplish those? The pointers.
So I'm not doing it because I suck at editing. I think it's just Adobe Premiere. That's what my team uses.
Adobe Premiere. Okay, your team uses. Okay.
And that's just a standard tool that I think most people use in the video editing business.
Right.
There might be something easier that you can use. This is where, like, if you're going to do it yourself, there's probably tools and hacks to be able to use some kind of app to help you do it. If you're going to hire somebody, there's always a limit for whatever tool you make. Like Canva's great. It's not as good as Photoshop if you know how to use Photoshop. But if you don't know how to use Photoshop, then use Canva, because Photoshop can be hard to learn in the beginning.
Yes, to go to market. Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm sure there's some app that you can use to help you do it, but if you're going to hire somebody, you've got somebody on your team, just have them use Premiere Pro.
Right. Okay. Awesome. That is really, really good advice. And what I wanted to understand is, like, when you want to generate leads from videos, right? Inbound leads. Call to action plays a huge role in getting people to kind of take an action after they watch a video. What are the best practices that you use, apart from just the call to action, on getting people to take an action after watching a video?
Specifically for YouTube, I think the best thing to do is in the middle of a video. I think also for any, if I really want to get more people into Movement Makers, for example, in this live, I could say, hey guys, a reminder, RK is part of my Movement Makers program. If you want to join, there's a link in my website, or we're going to link it down in the description here. You should go check it out, and then move on. Right? Okay. If I really wanted to get people in, that's because if you save it to the end, people leave. People bounce.
Correct.
The end is the worst time to do it.
Okay.
They need to feel like there's more content coming to say, okay, well, RK's still asking questions. They still have time, so I'm going to stick around. And then they hear the call to action. Or it could be, it doesn't have to be a call to action for a sales pitch to say, hey, join my Movement Makers program. It could be for a free PDF. So if I had a PDF on my content strategy, guys, if you're watching this and you want my free PDF of how I create all of my content, there's a link that we're going to put up in the description. Go check that out. Or go to evancarmichael.com/whatever and go get the link. And so in the middle, while we're talking about it, you're thinking about the most valuable lead magnet that you have that's related to the topic, right? If I'm talking about life hacks or something, it's not as related to content because this stream is about content. So in the middle of your video, you want to think like halfway, I usually say 50 to 75% of the way through a video to have a call to action for them to do something. Because if you wait until the end, you're just going to lose people. As soon as it feels like, hey, thank you so much for watching, people leave because they're off to do something else.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much. Because this one thing could actually be the game changer, to generate leads. If the intention from the video is to generate inbound leads, for people to contact or people to take an action, then having the call to action right at the beginning or in the middle, before ending could be a really good thing. At the same time, I saw someone commenting saying that it shouldn't be aggressive. Yeah.
Don't do it at the beginning.
Okay.
Because here's what happens. At the beginning of a live stream, nobody's there, so they don't see it.
Right.
At the beginning of a replay video, people are like, oh, what's this? I'm out. You got to give them value at the beginning. You got to hook them to want to watch. The best way would be to have, if you have the lead magnet. So 50 to 75% of the way through the video. It's harder to do live because you got to think while you're talking to this person, what's the most relevant lead magnet that I have that I could share with people? But that's going to be your best. So not at the beginning, not at the end, 50 to 75% of the way through.
Awesome. That's a really good formula to follow. Great. So tell me how your day looks like, and in terms of, how your day unfolds, and how do you also theme your days according to, like, let's say Mondays, you work on, reviewing with things with your team. Tuesday, you do recorded video content, not lives, right? Like recorded content. Wednesday, it's your off day, or Thursday is your live day. Like, do you theme your days like that? And have you tried that, or how effective is that?
Well, you just said it. That's my schedule. That's what I do. Yeah, I think being in the same energy is super helpful. So I was just doing a Facebook Live with people who bought my book, Built to Serve. And I took that energy into here to talk to you. And then after this, I'm going to go and do another interview, and then a StreamYard, and then another IG Live. And so it's just all I'm doing is staying in the same energy, because to get into the energy can be hard. To get into the energy of, I'm an introvert, right? So I'm not naturally like, let's go everybody, ha! Right? So before the Facebook Live, that was my first thing today. I had music playing. I'm bouncing on my trampoline. I'm up and down.
Getting in the groove.
Getting into the zone of ready to share a message. And then, but now I'll have to just continue that energy, because it was great in the Facebook group. It's awesome being here with you. And then I'm just going to carry this all the way until 8 o'clock tonight when my last live stream ends.
Right.
But if you're trying to switch between doing a live and then writing a book and then talking to clients and then talking to your team, it's just different energies switches too much.
Yes.
And I think people lose a lot of productivity that way. So you may not be able to, like people listening, watching, you may not be in complete control of your schedule, but the more you can define your schedule by days, I have my morning routine, but then every day I do a different thing. The other benefit of it is you miss it. I like to miss my work. So after today is done, right? Basically all day long until 8 tonight. After today's done, though, tomorrow I'm not doing any interviews. I'm not doing the podcast. I'm not doing anything. But then come like Monday, Tuesday, I'm like, oh, I miss it. Like I haven't done an interview in a long time. I want to get back into it. And like, oh, here it is, Thursday. And so I'm always missing, right? So same thing on Tuesday was my YouTube day, and I filmed a whole bunch of videos. Today I don't miss filming videos, but come like Saturday, Sunday, and you'll be like, I'm kind of itching. Like, when can I make my next YouTube video? Like, it's coming.
Okay.
Tuesday's here. Okay, let's go. Let's film some videos. So I think it's good to actually miss your work a little bit to give you the energy when you show up.
Absolutely, like you said, Evan, it's more like energy management. It's not time management, really. With time management, a lot of people, what they really mean is how to manage energy so that you can get more things done with in lesser time. So I think this batching idea is a really good thing. And like you said, getting into the zone is the most important part. Once you're in the zone, it's like you're on the highway at 100 miles an hour, right? And when you stop it, you still have to go through so much of acceleration to reach that point again. So this is a great thing that is a great advice.
If you want to see another awesome one-on-one I did with an entrepreneur just like you, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.